Hi guys, Author Michaela Jade here with another episode of Tidbits and Scribbles. Sponsored by A Cup Creations. Let me get my head out of the way. A Cup Creations, see my board back there? I love it. I freaking love it. I have to say I'm a very proud member of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, which just recently took steps to protect all of the members in the group and to add members to the group. So find the Rising Tide Broadcast Network on Facebook, on YouTube, and subscribe, because we are a group of creatives out there helping other creatives to do what they do and to do it better and to climb the ladder of success. So that being said, tonight's episode I wanted to kind of feature on don't give up because others are waiting for you to fail. Because I've experienced a lot of that. I've experienced a lot of the good side of the writing industry and the bad side of the writing industry. So what I want for you to take away from this video is you're worth it, your creative endeavors are worth it, and nobody has the right to tell you that you're not. Don't believe the naysayers and don't give up, because someone is waiting for you to fail. And how horrible would it be if somebody else got to live your dream? So don't let them live your dream. You live your dream. Some of the things I've learned in researching this topic is a reason someone might give up is they're afraid to fail. Cupcake, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. I have failed so many times. The difference is I'm too damn stubborn to give up. Now, I don't know if that's a good trait or a bad trait or what, but I'm too damn stubborn to give up. So, the other thing I've learned is one time defines them. And the author or creative will keep going back to that one time they failed, the one time they failed, that one major failure. We've all got them, sweetheart. We've all got them. I could write you a list of every time I failed. And every time I looked foolish. That's a bigger list. It's a bigger list. It took me a lot of soul searching and a lot of talking to my friends to even start Tidbits and Scribbles. And if you tuned in for every Tidbits and Scribbles, sometimes we have Tidbits and Scribbles, because I can't spell without spell check. It happens. I'm a goofball. It works. You can't be afraid to put yourself out there, because if you're genuine and you are genuinely doing your craft, whatever it is, whether it's writing or art or whatever, it's going to show through and people are going to love you for who you are. Don't try and be false. Don't try and be some fake persona. Be who you are. Another thing that gets writers to quit is there's too much pressure. And there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure for sales. There's a lot of pressure for, hey, how many words did you write today? And it isn't necessarily pressure that someone is trying to make you uncomfortable or trying to make you feel like you're not enough. It's simply pressure, because as you grow as a writer, you will attract other writers to you. You will be attracted to them. You will get in their circles. They will get in your circles. And within that, somebody always says, hey, I wrote 1,500 words today. And you think, wow, I couldn't write 10 words today. Either I didn't have time or I wasn't in the right headspace, whatever it was. It's okay. No one ever says that, though. No one ever says, hey, I wrote 1,500 words today. That was really good for me. Or I haven't written that many words in a week. They don't tell you the and part of it. So don't think that because they wrote that many words today, they're going to write that many words tomorrow and the next day. And they might. That might be their average. If your average is 20 words a day, that's your average. It's okay. You don't even have to figure out your average. If one day you write what you're inspired to write, the next day you write what you're inspired to write, ta-da! You, in fact, are a writer. So don't put too much pressure on yourself, guys. The other things that I've found out why writers quit or writers give up is they don't want to learn. I'm sorry, but if you're in this business to make it a business and to make yourself better, the only way to do that is to learn. You have to take learning maybe with, what did they say? Take it with a grain of salt. Because there's going to be times where you have to learn something that you thought you already knew, or you thought that you knew the best way to do it, and then you learn you were wrong. And you might even have to suck it up and apologize to someone. Do it. Just do it, because trust me, what you'll learn from the experience and maybe even the apology will serve you far better than sticking your head in the sand and saying, nope, I learned it this way and this is the way I'm going to do it, and I don't care if it's wrong. It's not going to get you anywhere, sweetheart. The other thing is they compare themselves to other writers. One of the worst things you could do is compare yourself to another writer, because I'm not Stephen King. I'm not Christine Feehan. I'm not even Amy Hale. And Amy Hale is not me. So it's okay though. My level of writing or my type of writing or style of writing is not what Amy Hale writes. And if she's on a higher level than I am, great. If I'm on a higher level than she is, great. If I'm lower than Amy, Amy will help me get where she is. If Amy's lower than I will help her get where she is. If Brian K. Morris needs some help, he may be the grand poobah of the Rising Tide Network, but I'll be damned if he won't take criticism and he won't take advice from us who are lower than he. That's why we're creatives. That's why we thrive. That's why we have the rising tide that raises all ships. We're not above learning. And if you're above learning, maybe you should back up and reevaluate some things. The next thing is, some writers expect immediate sales. When they put a book out, or they put out a comic book, or a novel, or a book of poetry, they expect immediate sales. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get immediate sales. But more often than not, that's friends and family, which it's not that they don't count, but to reach a wider audience, you're going to have to sell more books. You're going to have to do more marketing. You're going to have to put yourself out there. Unless you've already got books out, or some fluke happens and someone finds your book that is a social media influencer, or a stroke of luck happens and you put out your Scottish historical romance at the right time and it gets picked up and you get shit lucky, then you'll make some money. Otherwise, you'll be like the rest of us, and you have to market your stuff for people to know who you are and that you write books. I can't tell you how many times I've been friends with somebody for months and months and months thinking that they might be a fan of my work and that's why they friend requested me, only to find out that they're another writer, that they have books out. How on the planet do you have books out if you're not telling people, hey, I have books out? I guess you could do that, but if you want to make money, that's a different story. That's a different marketing ploy. So don't expect immediate success if you're just getting started, unless you got an ace in the hole somewhere and luck is on your side. It might be, but most of us, we're in the trenches. We're working it. We're working marketing. Follow along, pass us by, whatever it is, but you're going to have to do some work. Another reason writers quit is bad reviews. They cannot handle bad reviews. I used to be very, very bad at that. I used to be very, very hard on myself. I'm still kind of hard on myself. I won't lie. But anymore, bad reviews don't bother me for two reasons. One, the person leaving the review doesn't see me. We're not face to face. Chances are if we were face to face, they might tone it down a bit. And two, I don't care. They left me a review. That's all I asked for. I didn't ask them to give me a glowing review. I did not ask them to give me a great review. I asked them to tell me their opinion of my book. They did exactly what I asked them to do, and I could not be more grateful. Because in the algorithm world, like how to grow your channel, it's all algorithms. And most of us are flying by the seat of our pants trying to figure out algorithms. So, if someone leaves me a review and they say, I didn't like this book, It wasn't my cup of tea. Or even, this book sucked. Okay, that's your opinion, Cupcake, and you can have it all day. I don't care. What I care about is the reviews that people leave, that they took time to leave. I'm going to focus my energy there. If they left me a review that says, you know, this book wasn't as good as the first. I liked the first a lot better. I'm going to take that review and I'm going to say, okay, what made the first book, better than the second book, in your opinion? And if I know the person, I'll reach out to them and I'll ask just that question. Because from that, I can learn and I can grow. It's all part of the process. Am I going to have a crappy book out there once in a while? God, I hope not, but maybe. And if I do, I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow. You're not going to see another bad book from me. I promise. I promise. Let's just hope, right? If I'm learning and I'm growing, hopefully my books will grow with me. And you will not find a horrible book if you found one. The other thing is they hate the rejection. They hate those 1-star reviews, or they hate the rejection of, I'm not going to read your book because it's not my thing. Well, your book isn't for everybody. Let's face it, if you write erotica, it's not meant for kindergartners. Your book is not for everybody. You cannot say your book is for everybody. It's just not. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. Get over it. The other reason writers quit, they won't accept critiques. Well-meaning critiques, even from a critique partner, which I do have. And sometimes it sucks when she gets with me and says, I read that chapter and it's completely out of line. It's completely, it sucks. You need to rewrite the whole thing. Or you need to scrap that one, start over. Oh, I won't lie, that hurts. It hurts. However, she's not doing it to piss me off. She's not doing it to rub me the wrong way. She's not doing it to hurt me in any way. She's doing it to help me. She's doing it because she knows I can write better than that. She's doing it because she knows if she doesn't say something, no one else is going to. And that book is going to get published with that chapter in it that shouldn't have been published. So she's doing it for my benefit. Why wouldn't I take her advice? If you have a critique partner that tells you everything you write is absolutely fabulous, get a different critique partner. I hate to say that, guys, but your critique partner is supposed to critique. They're supposed to go through your stuff with a fine-tooth comb and figure out, does it flow? Does it not? Is it cliche? Is it overdone? Does your story flat out suck? Your critique partner is supposed to have the balls to tell you that. If they don't, get a new one. You could even get a critique partner that you guys don't see eye to eye on many things. But in the book world, you do. That's all you need. All you need is somebody to tell you this sucks or this doesn't, and it's an honest opinion. And again, it's an opinion. You can completely reject your critique partner's opinion, but I don't advise it. Never, never. Now, can you go back and forth with your critique partner and say, well, what about this? Absolutely, that's what your critique partner is for. Get one. Okay? It can't be your mom, it can't be your aunt, it can't be your sister who love you. They're going to tell you your book is amazing. They just are. Or they might tell you, well, it's okay. No, that's fine, just leave it. Don't leave it. Find a critique partner. Did you see the eye roll? Sorry, guys. It's a big, important part. Another reason writers give up or quit, they won't work with an editor. And as I become a better and better editor, I haven't found that yet, but I was in that headspace at one time where I got a edit back from a editor who I thought at the time was a professional. Come to find out later, she's not. Anyway, so I got this edit back and I was like, nope, I'm not changing a thing. No, 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 and no. And all it was one word in one sentence. And I was like, no, if I use this word, it sounds more forceful, more to the point. This is the word I want to use. And she kept coming back with, nope, that's not the proper word. We don't use that. No, no, no. And so finally, We were down to the last edits. We had no time. And we published it the way I wanted it. And I thought, yes, victory. Okay. I go back and read that part in that book now that I'm a better writer and a better editor. And I have to say the words, she was right. Oh, that sucks. I hate those words. But as I've grown as a writer and an editor, I realize what she was saying now. Back then, I didn't realize what she was saying, and she wasn't a good enough editor that she could convey what she meant. If she could have conveyed it a different way, maybe I'd have seen it a different way. Maybe if I had been a more experienced writer, I would have understood what she was trying to say. But in that space, in that time, I was so stuck to my, no, that's how I want it. I couldn't see, like some people say, I couldn't see the forest for the trees. Now I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, that was one word in the book. And no one else will probably ever notice it unless they are an editor or a writer. But I notice it every single time I read the book. So, work with an editor. Don't ever think that the editor is out to get you or the editor is going to change your voice within your book. They're there to help you. Your editor is on your side. Your editor is part of your tribe, or should be. So don't quit. Even when things get tough, even when things are frustrating, reach out. Reach out to one of us here on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, because we're all creative people. We all write in some form, fashion, or another. We're all artists in some form or fashion. Reach out to whoever you're comfortable with and ask them questions. Say, am I being too harsh on my editor or with my editor? Or my critique partner suggested this and it just doesn't set right with me. What do you think? Now, unless they are your critique partner or your editor, I would not talk their ear off about it, but I would ask a question. And that's how you start building your network and you start finding out who do you jive with really well. And that's a whole nother video, guys. And it is on my YouTube page. So subscribe, click through my videos. I've got a whole bunch of advice. Tidbits and Scribbles is just beginning. And I'm hoping it will help you guys as you go along in your journey of writing and creating. If there is a topic you'd like me to cover, put that in the comments below. And I will do all my research and figure out how quick I can get that video uploaded. I upload new videos on Sunday night to air on Mondays. So Monday nights, when you get home from work, or before you head to work, depending on your job, check out the videos, maybe learn a few things, and let me know what you guys need. If you're struggling with publishing, if you're struggling with an edit critique, if you're struggling with the ins and outs of one website or another, let me know. If I don't know the answers, I'll either find them or find someone that does know that maybe could help you. If you are struggling with your marketing or your graphics or whatever it is, reach out to one of us at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network and we'll either help you or find someone that can help you. But again, help doesn't come free. It doesn't come cheap sometimes, depending on what it is that you need. So, reach out, but be willing to also offer. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you had a great Monday. If you were following along with Morning Motivation, I will catch you bright and early in the morning. Because we got to get up. We got to get going. We got to kick ass and take names. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Have a fantastic Monday. And don't forget to subscribe to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network after you click subscribe on my channel. And that way, you will know every single time I upload another video. So every morning, you'll get a ding, Michaela uploaded another video. And maybe that can be your alarm clock. Because trust me, I don't want to get up at dark 30 either. But I have to. And if I have to get up that early, you best bet your ass I'm going to kick ass and take names. And I will catch you guys on the flip-flop.